Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 1 day time frame for Bitcoin, because right here you can see a bearish divergence in the charts, which is when you have higher highs in the Bitcoin price and lower highs in the RSI momentum indicator. Now, typically when a bearish divergence forms, you will either see it play out in the form of some choppy sideways price action or potentially some bearish momentum on that 1 day time frame. Now, of course, keep in mind there is a difference between the different time frames. So for example, on the 1 hour time frame, you can still have a bullish trend like this, but on the 1 day time frame, I do think it is very likely that we will see this bearish divergence play out further here. Now, let's actually take a look at some short-term trend lines here for Bitcoin on this 4 hour time frame. Of course, you guys know over a week or so, I've been giving all kinds of warning signals, even as high as 107, 108K. Then another warning signal when we lost this ascending trend line here at about 104K. So I'm very happy with being able to have warned you guys at much higher prices here. But either way, right now in the short term, you can see that we actually broke above this descending trend line, but we still have to wait for some kind of strong bounce off of this. And the reason I'm not really that bullish over us just breaking this trend line here, because typically you could see this as some kind of reversal signal, but at the same time, we have to take a look at the broader context that we are actually trading in. So taking a look at this ascending channel pattern for Bitcoin. Yeah, recently I was warning about this resistance to the upside at about 107K. We got as high as about 108.4K and then saw that steep rejection there. And of course, after we got that rejection to the downside, we then lost this ascending line of support. And in fact, right now, as I'm recording on this 4 hour time frame, we are actually seeing a bit of a rejection from this level here once again. Now combine that with a bearish divergence on the 1 day time frame, and to me it just seems like it is very easy to be until we really start seeing a break back into this ascending channel. And if that doesn't happen, we simply have to assume that there's going to be more downside left here. Now, that's of course not financial advice, but that is my current outlook on Bitcoin. One thing that is a little bit more bullish is actually the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, because there is now a bunch of liquidity to the upside once again. Here at about 108K, we have liquidity at about 105K, even liquidity at 100K for the Bitcoin price, which is also to the upside. Now zooming out a little bit on this 3-month time frame, right here you can see that we have quite a bit of liquidity to the downside, sitting at about 89.8K roughly speaking. So if we now see a strong rejection to the downside once more, we might be targeting this 90K, this 89K level. Currently, we're only seeing a small rejection here on the lower time frame. So I want to be a little bit cautious just yet. I'm not saying we need to go to 90K or something, but it is definitely one of the possibilities that I am looking out for in the charts here if I start seeing a bit more of a rejection. So for example, if we now start breaking down below 96K or something like that, then I'll be looking for a bigger move to the downside as well. Lastly, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables. On Thursday, we saw a net outflow of close to $700 million from the Bitcoin ETFs, whereas on Friday, we also saw a net outflow of close to $300 million from these ETFs. And yeah, this is something that I have mentioned before, but I just want to repeat it again. These inflows that you see here every single day, obviously this is having an upwards pressuring effect. But my point is that you can also see this in outflows, right? If you see massive hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin being sold every single weekday, then this can also have a downwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. And yeah, currently we are only just seeing a bit of that over the last 2 days. So yeah, on Thursday here, we got about a 3% move to the downside. And then here on Friday, we got close to a 7% move to the downside, but then fully retraced it within the same day. Now, currently we're inside a weekend, so there are no new inflows or outflows. But if on Monday these Bitcoin ETFs start trading again and they're all just dumping Bitcoin like crazy, then do keep in mind that this can have a downwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. So do expect a lot of volatility once again. Either way, this has been today's market update. I just quickly want to mentioned this community post as well from yesterday. Sorry I couldn't upload. I'm actually traveling for the weekend, and I thought I could get away with it, like still uploading daily. But that first day was just a little bit hectic, and I just couldn't get my video out. So my apologies for that. But like I said, this has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.